Welcome. Imagine a park bench worn smooth by time, under the shade of a grand sugar maple. For over 50 years, Harold and Raymond have shared this very spot, their conversations as familiar as the chipped green paint beneath them. They've watched the seasons turn, the city grow, and the duck pond, well, it's seen a few less feathered friends over the years. Now 87 and 89, they can't quite recall who first claimed their favorite seat. But one thing they both vividly remember is the morning this very tree was planted, back when their knees were spry. Their wives were by their sides, and the world felt boundless. It's a testament to enduring friendship, a quiet reminder of lives lived fully. You know, sometimes life feels like a well-worn path, and we find ourselves reminiscing about the days that have just slipped away. Like sand through our fingers, those years can feel so fleeting. I was thinking about this recently, and it brought to mind a story, a gentle reminder of how we experience time and the quiet forces that shape our lives. Imagine a group of kids full of energy, their skateboards carving paths near a pond. Now this pond, it had its own rhythm, its own inhabitants. Over time, the ducks there had become a little, well, let's just say they'd gotten lazier. It wasn't a sudden change, but a gradual shift, perhaps as new generations took over, accustomed to a certain ease. It's a subtle observation, isn't it? How things can change almost imperceptibly when we're not actively paying attention. But the real heart of the matter, for me, lies in the conversations that happen when we pause and reflect. There were these two friends, Harold and Raymond, who would often sit and talk. Harold, he had this one story he loved to tell, about the day he met Clara at the county fair back in '59. He'd describe how she'd laughed at his crooked tie, teasing him that he looked like a scarecrow who'd gotten dressed in the dark. It was a moment, a simple, beautiful moment that he cherished. And Raymond, bless him, he'd nod along, pretending it was the first time he'd heard it. But in that shared retelling, in that familiar comfort, there was a profound connection. It wasn't about the novelty of the story, but the enduring warmth of the memory, the shared history, and the unspoken understanding that bound them. We all have these moments, these stories, these connections that weave through our years. And sometimes when we feel like we're facing challenges, or when the world seems a bit overwhelming, it's these quiet reflections, these shared memories, and the simple act of being present that can offer a sense of peace and strength. It's in the effort we put in, the kindness we show, and the stories we hold dear that we find our own kind of help, our own quiet blessings. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope this brought a little warmth to your day. If you enjoyed this, please consider following along for more reflections.